Hello. I hope you've had a good week. I've had an interesting one with a small trip to hospital for a couple of days, but more on that later. Hang on a second. This isn't right. Be back in 2 seconds. So where were we? Yes, the 2-day trip to hospital. Yeah, this time last week and 2 days ago, I looked like this. Whereas this time last week, I looked a bit more like this. Not exactly the prettiest of pictures, I'm sure you'll agree. That normally when Deb goes away for the weekend, I end up in hospital or seriously ill. And this past weekend was no different to that. Turns out I had an eye infection due to the fact I was wearing contact lenses, which obviously I'm not at the moment, and it kind of put me off. I was admitted on a Sunday evening and the doctor performed something called a corneal scrape, which is, as it sounds, where they scrape the top layer off the front of your eye and sort of put it in Petri dish to see what grows. I felt a bit nervous, and it was at this point I inadvertently insulted the doctor, because she seemed a little bit nervous herself in my defence. I didn't mean to. And she kept saying, "Oh, we're nearly done. We're nearly done." And I thought she was saying that as much to herself that, it could potentially be like her first time. I don't know. So I asked her afterwards, me doing it in a way that was supposed to be, actually, you're really good. You've got nothing to be nervous about. But it didn't quite come out like that when I said, "Oh, is it your first time?" Which kind of sounded a bit arrogant, I suppose, looking back on it now. She just replied, "Actually, no, I've been doing this for over a year now." So I'm sorry, I meant to say you were really good. I didn't feel a thing, because they put numbing drops in, so you can't feel a thing. So it's fine. And anyway, this was about 10 o'clock at night, and they said, "Well, we're going to have to admit you, because you need hourly eye drops, day and night." So I didn't exactly get the greatest night's sleep that night or the next night. I soon made my usual reputation there with the staff and nurses, and we all laughed, and I cried a bit, but that was more down to the fact I had an eye infection than anything else. And yeah, they threw me out after a couple of days, and the doctor I saw, the consultant, said, "Don't worry, you should recover your full eyesight." And it was at that point I realised that maybe I should have been taking the whole thing a bit more seriously than I had. Because it was my bad eye that I can't see that well out of anyway, I just made a bit of a joke out of it, I've got my spare, so it's fine. I really couldn't see much at all. It was kind of a big, as if somebody smeared grease all over a sheet of glass. It's that kind of just blurry vision. And I didn't take it seriously. It didn't occur to me that I might not get my sight back in that eye. Thankfully, it has recovered more or less fully now. It's slightly red, but no biggie. They gave me eye drops. They said I had to take them once now, and not at night anymore, thankfully. For the first 3 days, and then 4 times a day thereafter. And on inspecting the box of the eye drops, I think they may be taking the piss, because it says on here, "Keep out of reach and sight of children." Keep out of reach and sight of children. fair enough at reach, but out of sight. These are eye drops when you can't see from your eyes, and it kind of just seems a bit like they're taking a piss, having a laugh. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys have had a less eventful week than myself. I'm off to see the Paralympic swimming this Sunday, so I can't wait for that. And I hope the coming weeks far less eventful than the past one's been. But Deb's not going away, so hopefully, fingers crossed, should be fine. And the new series of Doctor Who is starting tomorrow, so I'm kind of geeking out quite a lot about that too. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in a week or so, unless I get another eye infection.